What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am in Infinite Warfare because today I'm going to be doing another installment into the How to Make Blank Overpowered series. Last episode I gave you guys what I thought was the best class setup for the NV4. If you guys missed that, then I will link it in the description, but today I'm going to be showing you guys the class setup to make the KBAR 32 Overpowered. So we're just going to get right into it. You guys can see the class setup right here. The classes I use are usually pretty basic when it comes to attachments and perks. They're usually all the same, but why fix something that isn't broken, am I right? Sometimes the class setups will be a little bit different, but today the class setup is pretty basic. So for the first attachment is going to be extended mags. This perk is so key, especially for playing types like mine. I love rushing into the enemy's face and really showing them who's boss. With extended mags, I'm able to just keep shooting without having to reload my gun. For the KBAR, I do believe that the magazine is bumped up to 54 bullets. Extended mags is so helpful for players who love to run and gun. Even if you don't like to run and gun, having extended mags is still really helpful because you never have to worry about reloading. Well, I mean, of course you do, but usually if you go into any sort of gunfight with a full mag, you aren't going to have to reload. If you don't reload for a while, then obviously you are eventually going to have to, but you get what I'm trying to say. For the second attachment, I went with Quick Draw. This attachment is so helpful when it comes to assault rifles. Assault rifle ADS speeds are a lot slower compared to SMGs, so if you're using this gun to rush the enemy, then a Quick Draw is absolutely necessary. This gun is so good when it comes to close quarter battles, and in Infinite Warfare, the hipfire bullet registration is a little bit unreliable, so hip firing, though this gun does exceed in it, it isn't really recommended. That's why I like to put Quick Draw on this gun. Like I always say, I'm the kind of Call of Duty player who loves to rush the enemy before they can even get the chance to think. That's why in almost every single one of my classes, I have Quick Draw. Also, Quick Draw is just absolutely necessary on pretty much any gun. No matter the gun, you will be at a disadvantage if you're not using Quick Draw. So moving on to the third and final attachment, I went with another pretty standard attachment, and that is foregrip. With this weapon, the foregrip is very much necessary. Because this gun has one of the fastest fire rates in the assault rifles, if not the fastest, the recoil on this thing is ridiculous. That's why putting a foregrip on this weapon is so important. When the foregrip is attached, it makes the recoil of this gun pretty easy to manage. The recoil becomes pretty predictable and you don't feel as much like you have to guess where the kick or the recoil will take your gun. So definitely put a foregrip onto your KBAR because it is really going to help combat the fire rate and make this gun super easy and fun to use. So now let's move on to the perks. I'm pretty sure I've said this before, but the perks aren't really what makes this class overpowered. So you don't have to use the same perks. You will still get close to the same results. But I like to tell you guys the perks because I know that some of you might like to just copy and paste this class exactly, which is great. That's what these videos are for. But I just wanted to let you guys know that you don't have to use the same perks. These are just the perks that I recommend. So for perk 1, like usual, I went with 2 perks. The first perk is Recon. Recon is a perk that increases your mini-map size and grants you a radar sweep when an enemy calls a UAV in, and then when that same UAV leaves. The second perk one I went with is Dexterity. Dexterity is a pretty basic perk. It allows you to switch weapons faster and reload your guns faster. It's actually pretty cool because Dexterity will actually change the reload animation on some guns. So moving on to perk 2, I went with Hardline. Hardline grants bonus points for every kill. I actually didn't notice this until recently, but Hardline only works for the first 8 kills of that life. So it kind of sucks in that regard, but for those first 8 kills, this perk really does come in handy. So for the third and final perk, I went with Marksman. Marksman is a perk that allows you to acquire enemies' names from a farther distance, and it also reduces flinch, which you only really notice on snipers, but it still works with other guns. So that's going to do it for the class setup today, guys. If you did enjoy, don't forget to smash that like button as it really does help the channel grow. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to share it all over social media. And I will see you guys on my next video. See you guys.